Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about the video games that I've been playing in November 2018. I'm going to start with a few that I forgot to mention on the previous month. The first one is Tiny Echo. I got it out of Humble Bundles Trove. When you register the Humble monthly, you get access to this trove of games, which I think they finance or something like that. Some of are just allowed to be placed there, but they have quite many games, a large selection, and one of them is this one. Tiny Echo is by Might and Delight, the studio that was behind other famous projects like, well, I guess I can show you real quick, like Meadow and more famously Shelter and Shelter 2. So Tiny Echo is an interesting game. It's like point and click kind of thing. I'm gonna show you the trailer maybe. Might be worth it since we're at it. So you're this little character and you have to deliver mail to other characters that exist in your world. I love the art style on it. The sound is also pretty good. So overall, it's a pretty decent game. Small, but the puzzles are interesting, and that's what really matters. So I ended up trying to finish it. I managed to finish it, so it's not very hard to accomplish that, but I think it's worth playing for the artwork alone. It's a bit dark in some places as well, so it's a very interesting game. Tiny Echo, I have to recommend it. The other game I was also trying to finish up is called Wotton. It's also part of the Humble Trove thingy. You can see here Humble Original. It's by a Canadian guy called the Grapple Bug. Well, the music and sound is by some other guy, but it's pretty much a platformer. But it has some interesting. Well, it's cute to start with, and the characters are pretty cool. It's just this little guy and a bat that I'm not sure if it shows up in the trailer or not. But a very nice little game. Some cute puzzles, very cute graphics. So yeah, I really liked it, and I recommend everybody check it out. So yeah. After I also played Volantia a lot, also part of the Humble Bundle Trove. I think I even did a live stream video showing me playing the beginning of these games, but then I came back to them and I actually tried to finish them. Volantia is only one level long. It's sort of not quite SimCity, but somehow like, I don't know. It's hard to classify this genre. You have to create your city. You can see the tiles here on the background. You have create your city by gathering resources, and or it's not really a city. It's more of it's an island, and you can add other islands to it, and you can do some research stuff to speed up some things that you are doing or improve the quality of gathering resources. And with that, you manage to develop faster, get more islands, and prevent your island from falling apart completely. I'm going to show you the trailer real quick. It's very small. It's just the introduction graphics. I hope it shows some gameplay later on. I really liked it. It was small. Usually these kind of games, you end up with a lot of different levels and different things. But this one was just this one level. You finish this one level and it's done. So it's a very short game. But I liked it. I think it was good. I like these kind of management games, but I don't like to also spend a lot of time doing those kind of things. They call it green punk because it has some elements of steampunk and cyberpunk, but in a green, eco-friendly kind of way. So very interesting stuff. Volantia, go check it out as well. And then I also spent some time playing Subserial Network, also a game from the Humble Trove. Very interesting game. It's more like cyberpunk kind of thing, where you are this entity on a network and you're trying to discover or investigate other things. Um, the artwork is pretty much like this, and you have a lot of windows, and it's just windows on top of your desktop. So it feels like you're really part of the thing. You're really that entity that are investigating, and then you try to talk with other people, try to communicate with them, send them emails, navigate the. It's almost like a mini browser system that they have where you can check out different nodes, or which can be small pages or just information about certain people, and you start gathering information about different things which create the whole lore around the game. So yeah, it's very interesting. I really liked playing. I didn't manage to finish it. Um, I got stuck somewhere halfway through, and that wasn't very hard for me. It wasn't very easy for me to let go. Let's see if the trailer plays. The music was also pretty decent. Oh, this is playing here at full screen. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty much this. I didn't reach this far. Or maybe it's not different. Maybe it became different from the trailer, from the version that I was playing. I don't know. Yeah, worth checking out, especially if you like cyberpunk kind of stuff. I highly recommend it. It was very interesting, and you really got into the vibe of the game, so that was cool. Next up, we have Hitchhiker. This game got some awards. It's a bit introspective. I don't think I really liked it in the end, but it was an experience, and I think it's worth checking out. You lose like 10 minutes of your life, and if you don't like it, then you just didn't like it. If you did like it, then you got something out of it. I think it was worth just knowing, so I don't regret playing it, but I think it could have been better. That's pretty much my point.
And it'll show you a frozen snapshot.
I'm not going to show you the whole trailer, but you can see pretty much the style of the game if you recognize it or not. I'll put all of these links on the description of the video below, so you guys can check those directly as well. What else? Let's see. I played CrossSells, which was not part of the bundle. It was I like this developer a lot, Matthew Brown. All of the games that I played from him are all pretty good. This one is also a puzzle game. He seems to focus a bit more on puzzle games by some reason, and the logic is very easy, but then the games start getting exponentially hard. Well, not exponentially, but just gradually they become harder and harder, more different elements to it, and you really start to have you need to start putting your logic in play if you really want to finish up the levels. But I like the interface a lot. The whole ambience around the game is very nice, and the puzzles were also pretty cool. Managed to get stuck in a few of them, but then after trial and error I managed to figure things out. So challenging enough that you manage to crack the stuff and makes you feel like you're actually accomplishing things. I don't know if they are as easy for everyone as they were for me. I consider myself a relatively intelligent person in terms of logic and those kind of puzzle thinking things, but I know there are people that are a lot more advanced than I am, more into encryption and that kind of stuff than I am. This might be too easy for them, but in terms of logic and calculating things and seeing the different places, I think this is a pretty good game, and I think it's acceptable or accessible also for people who are not that much into puzzle games, because it starts really basic and then it starts pulling more out of you. So I think it's worth checking out, regardless if you like games or not. I call it like Minecraft but with more logical elements to it. And there are a few other games in this Cells series for Matthew Brown. There's Hex series, and actually I can check the whole list of his games right here. X Cells, Square Cells, and his latest stuff is actually called Cipher, which is more about cryptography and not stuff. Alchemy is also interesting concept. I haven't gotten it yet, but apparently it's a puzzle where you actually have to do research with your browser offline to try to crack the game or the puzzle in the game. So it might be interesting. I might get it eventually, but I haven't bothered yet. Anyways, CrossSells, I do recommend it. Other games that I've been playing through the month, I've been playing Hearthstone because I've been missing that deck building stuff. But I actually, after playing it through the month, I got a bit tired of it in the sense that, well, the Halloween special was interesting. It was different. You could play a few games, but when you start doing ranked matches against other players, you really start noticing that they already have all the cards and they already built their best possible decks, and you still miss a lot of cards. So it's impossible for you to create a deck good enough to rival against theirs. You can win sometimes, but most of the times it's a losing battle, and it's not because of your gameplay. It's not by the way you created your deck. It's more of a pay-to-win thing where people put money in the game to unlock the cards faster and be able to have challenging decks. Well, it can be fun. For me, it was a bit frustrating because I just didn't have the cards. But there are some other plays. You don't have to play ranked all the time. You can play the challenges also from the in-game, and I might do a few more of those later on if I feel like playing deck builder games again. But for the time being, I think I'm a bit tired of Hearthstone. I think I will leave it to rest for the rest of the year. What else have I been playing? Vainglory. I've been playing Vainglory 5.5. It's a MOBA for the mobile phones. I play it on my Android tablet, and it's all right. It's a bit too toxic because it's always you play 5 versus 5 or 3 versus 3, so you always have to play with teammates on your team and against other people, and usually your teammates are too toxic towards you. If you make a mistake or something, they start pinging, and most of the age range on Vainglory is about teenagers, I guess. So I don't guess. I know from watching other videos and talking with the people inside this community, most of them are kids who have too much free time, and they don't know how to be civilized people. They like trolling for the sake of trolling. They like pinging. They like calling each other names randomly, and it just gets really toxic and annoying really fast. So that's the main problem I have with Vainglory right now, but I like the game. So I have been keep playing. I have kept playing it throughout the last, I think, 3 years that I've been playing the game. I still play it daily. I have all the heroes. I know all the tactics and that kind of stuff. But it's something that I just had to mention it. Anyways, moving on. I also been playing Warzone, which is also something that I've been playing for a very long time. I've been playing a little bit more, getting a little bit more into it. It's like Risk, if you know that tabletop game called Risk, where you roll the dice and you say where you deploy your troops, and you define the orders that you're going to do if you can attack an opponent's territory or not, to try to get the whole area. When you get the whole area, you get extra armies per turn. That's that concept, but taken to the online level. I guess I can show you one of the games that I've been playing, or at least the map where we have been playing. I'm playing this particular match in China, for example. And you can see the orders moving around. I almost broke that guy on that territory, not quite. So yeah, I see. It's like Risk, but more not as not the tabletop. It's different. It has a lot of different maps. It has some ladders, different kind of stuff, and a very interesting community around it. People have been playing for a very long time. So I keep coming back to Warzone. It used to be called Warlight, and I've been having some fun with it again. So that was worth mentioning. The last game that I've been playing this month is Batman Arkham Origins. I got it out of Humble Bundle. They were doing a WB Games bundle kind of thing, and this was one of the games that I didn't have yet, and I heard a lot of good things about it. So I decided to try it out. It's from the same guys who did Shadows of Mordor, or who ended up doing Shadows of Mordor after doing this Batman. They did like 3 or 4 Batman series games actually, and this one is one of the highest rated ones of the whole group. So it's pretty much an action brawler kind of game. You end up in the middle of a bunch of enemies and you have to fight them around. You have different ways to attack or counter attacks and kind of stuff. But it's also open world, so you can explore all of the city of Gotham and do different challenges where you meet up the different baddies that make the Batman lore. So you get characters like the Joker, Bane. There's a DLC for Mr. Freeze. You see Enigma, Deathshot. A lot of different characters originally from Batman are here represented. A bit too many of them, actually. That was part of my review. But I really liked the game. I already finished it, and I'm trying to do more completionist stuff just for the sake of I already know how to play it, and I just like flying around Gotham and beating some bad guys now and there, trying to solve the Enigma puzzles, because Enigma is a special character in this game that left a lot of small puzzles scattered around the city, and if you try to do them, there are some that are harder to do than others. So it's interesting. I like the game. I highly recommend it. I think it's worth playing, especially if you like action stuff or you're a fan of Batman, then you for sure should check it out. And yeah, that's it for this month. Those are the games that I've been playing. Let me know what you guys think. If you know anything, if you already played any of them, if you have any recommendations of stuff that is similar, feel free to let me know on the comments below. Otherwise, bye bye. Take care. See you on the next video.